Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tiny Bunny. Today we're checking out episode 2, or Time to Play with You, and I'm actually really excited because episode 1 was actually pretty insane. Like it got really wild really fast, and I'm excited to see what happens in this one. So if you haven't seen episode 1, I suggest going back and checking that one out. If you have, get ready to check out episode 2 with me for the first time ever, and let's dive on in. New school, new teachers, and most importantly, new classmates who I'd always have trouble connecting with. Like most other kids with glasses, probably. I forced myself to get out of my warm bed. Dad would usually drive me to my old school, but this morning the bedroom of my parents was silent. Did they sleep in? Maybe it was a good thing. I didn't want to get the daddy's boy reputation from day one. I bet he's not. I bet he's still sleeping and something really creepy is about to happen. My parents were probably still tucked in, dreaming about the good old days when everything was so simple and easy. Sweet dreams, even if far removed from reality. I silently sneaked out of the first floor so I wouldn't wake anyone up, especially the peacefully sleeping Olya. I did my best to step on the middle of every floorboard. I used to play like this in our old apartment. If my soles touched the spaces between the floorboards, it counted as stepping into lava. The clock was spurring me on with its hands. I needed to hurry, faster, faster. I was too fast, so I needed to circle the hallway once again. Boiling lava was bursting out of the cracks beneath the floorboards. I needed to watch my steps to survive at any cost. Hippity hop like a frog jumping on molehills, like a fearful bunny in a grovel full of wolves. I made a sandwich in the kitchen, shoved it down my throat, and drank it down with cold tea. My appetite was as good as of someone being led to the scaffolding, towards the guillotine. I lowered my gaze and saw one of my feet was standing on two floorboards at the same time. Burnt to a crisp, huh? I moved my foot. Disgusting little snakes withered in my belly. The fear of getting hit and being called nasty names. The clock clicked. I need to go. It was dark outside, fitting for an early winter morning. The darkness never fully left the houses around here. I took my time tying my shoes, buttoning up the puffy down jacket, trying to delay my unpleasant exit into the semi-dark, into the unnerving unknown. I rubbed my glasses for good luck, though I couldn't remember a single time these thick pieces of glass brought me any good fortune. No, man, he's gonna see some weird crap now. I think he's not asleep, but he's gonna see some weird crap now. The sky was akin to a giant bruise. Also, this kind of sucks. This poor kid has to get up in the morning by himself to go to school, and his parents didn't wake up. Like, what the heck, man? What the heck? The sky was akin to a giant bruise. On the east side of it, a black cloud was swelling up. It licked up the stars from the sky and extinguished the rising sun. Darkness was plastered all over the treetops. The cautious cries of birds got tangled up in the thicket. I locked the front door with a long key that I wore under my neck. My parents made me wear this noose, afraid that I, being a total klutz that I am, could lose the key otherwise. Oh, it's dark, man. The wind whizzed on the other side of the gate and invited me to my new life towards dubious adventure, and tagged along like an old buddy, pushing me into the back. Wide shadows that pined throughout covered a third of the clearing. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, I hid my nose in the coat's collar. I was squeezing through the thin fire break, my hair ruffled up and my back hunched over. Tall trees stood on both sides of the tiny trail. The snowy blanket rustled under my feet, and the canopy of intertwined branches above my head cut me off from the already sparse starlight. The night had no plans of moving away from the forest. In this darkness, trees reminded me of saggy old women. Shaggy. That's... In the darkness, trees reminded me of shaggy old women that smelled of burial earth. Their trunks turned into cracked, wrinkled faces with holes in the middle of their mouths. If I lost focus even for a moment, mold-covered witches would drag me into the forest depths. Then my parents would be walking around these parts, screaming my name. But the dead can't answer the living. Or can they? A sense of panic was growing in my chest. I was fine with Dad carrying me into the school with his hands by now. It saved me from watching the darkness rise up the ravines like a black doe. I felt like someone jumped into the bushes behind me, so I turned around. As soon as I started walking faster, I heard the snow squeak behind me. The forest took a deep breath with its giant lungs. The windfall cracked. The wind and the birds were left behind the field. Now I could only hear the forest creak. I walked, listening closely, and the unseen presence grew stronger, as if someone was following me, trying to match the pace of my footsteps. I turned my head so fast I made my neck crunch. A tiny trail behind me disappeared into the darkness. Tree branches overlapped, forming a natural tunnel. Who's there? The question escaped my lips and dissolved into the unending creaking sound of the wooden idols, the pines around me. Why did I think going through the forest alone was a good idea? I'm either going mad, or someone intentionally lured me away from the home. Distant lights granted me a smidgen of hope. A country road. I ran there as fast as I could, as if afraid that the trail will shrink. Clawed hands will grip me by the shoulders, turn me around, and make me look at the faces of hungry forest denizens. At the end, nobody stopped me. I almost flew to the decrepit wooden bridge, disbelieving my luck. The bridge supports bathed in the spring and tarry ice cold. I put my hands on my knees and looked up at the forest, then snorted, trying to calm my breathing. The thicket was pretending to be asleep. It looked peaceful, lifeless. The remaining part of my commute lied through a snow-laden road, illuminated by sparse lamplights. I chased away bad thoughts and ran as fast as I could from the one circle of light to another, seeking protection from the electrical lamps. Just like in that game where you need to be first to proclaim I am protected. What is that game? I don't know that game. Tag! Oh. It's a game where one player needs to tag another player by touching with hands, making them it. Certain zones normally called the ghoul. Ghoul. Players can... Oh, that's interesting. I've never played a tag with a safe zone. Be first to play I'm protected. It's just in case that protection was flimsy at best, with darkness writhing outside its bounds. Uh-oh. They got the mask on. Then I know something remarkably eerie. In a place, she's eating something. In a place where the light from an inclined lamp couldn't reach, a hairy, crooked shadow came alive with a guttural roar. Oh, okay. It almost felt like its features deterred light. Its unnatural pose instilled fear. My eyes almost popped out of their sockets as I just stood there, blinking, trying to chase away that illusion. But the shadow didn't disappear and got even closer. My insides were gripped by horror. I stepped back and almost fell into a snow pile. The black silhouette, on the other hand, had straightened up and addressed me in a sweet voice. Sneaking around, huh? Trying to steal my soul? Words got stuck in my throat. Who could be talking in such a silky voice here, between the forest and dormant village? Will you say something, dummy? A cat got your tongue? Alright, I'll bite off your nose, then. That'll teach you not to poke it in places it doesn't belong. A girl stood before me, judging from the voice and the silhouette. But I couldn't even reprimand myself for getting scared by a girl, before noticing a gaping mouth under her with something dangerously shiny inside. I was stunned. Okay. It's a freaking fox, chat. It's a freaking fox, chat. It's a freaking fox! From the cavity of her hood, a frighteningly real fox face was staring at me. Freaking fox, man. Wait. Hide. Just her jaws weren't moving and her eyes weren't blinking. A mask. It's just a girl with a fox mask on. At least I wanted to think that. After a surprise like that, a nervous smile involuntarily crept onto my face. I was just going to school, and then you... What about me? Oh, that voice is weird. Hold on. Listen to this. Let's turn that voice volume up. Never seen a fox feed a dog? Oh, it's not. Oh, I thought it was eating the dog. And indeed, there was a small dog circling the girl's leg. One of the strays that were chasing me yesterday, probably. Sorry, I didn't mean to. After hearing my voice, the dog whimpered, lowered its ears, sniffed me out, and then started wagging its tail. Oh, excuse me. I guess I still smell like bologna that I ate for breakfast. I shifted my gaze back and forth from the dog to the girl. She didn't seem scary anymore, just weird. Oh, that voice is weird. So you didn't mean to, huh? What's your name? I'm Anton. And you? And I'm not. Oh gosh! I'm like screenshotting all the things for the fellow YouTuber friend. If you know the channel, you know her, Mona. She's like a little. Her character is like a fox, and this is making me laugh. So, oh man, she's weird. Definitely has a couple of loose screws, but she has a nice voice. My astonishment turned to a mix of happiness and relief. This girl I didn't know was definitely human, if a bit eccentric. I was also a bit angry at myself. This foxy girl was walking through the darkness without a problem, and I'm shuddered from every little sound. I could just walk away, but this girl had piqued my interest. The next time a police officer asks me about my friends at a new place, I'll tell him that I befriended a talking fox. Do you live around here? In the village? The fox giggled and purred. She spun around so hard the hem of her coat lifted up. No, dummy. Foxes don't live in the villages. So you live in the forest then? Have you been living under a rock? It's obvious that a fox can't survive anywhere near humans. As long as they're foxes. Her jokes were all so weird. Just like her carnival mask, paper mache with fur glued onto it. A dog reminded of his existence with a loud bark. I unfastened my backpack. Dad would sometimes throw food in there without my knowledge, cookies, apples, or even my favorite crab stick. He called it a gift from the bunny. That, I don't know, I want to see what that means. Treat from the bunny, an uneaten part of a business lunch or a treat specifically bought for children. Parents would tell their children that a bunny asked them to deliver said treat, but it could also be any other animal, a squirrel or a bear, for example. That's interesting. I bet that's something that's going to come back into play because of the name Tiny Bunny. I feel like that's got to come back into play. The stray strolled towards me with mincing footsteps, with a pleading look in its eyes. The fox did definitely treat it to something, but it was probably still hungry. Why are you dressed like this so early in the morning? Going to a costume party? The girl shrugged, throwing silvery snowflakes off her nose, and her human form along with them, turning into a genuine beast. A real fox, agile, cunning, dangerous. A moment of hesitation and you'll be ripped to shreds. She'll tear you up and gulp you down without breaking a sweat. I couldn't help but just stand there as a stump. Until I heard her calm, melodic laughter hidden underneath that beastly mask. I wish you could have seen your own mask, sweetie. Sweet? Did she say sweetie? I got embarrassed, went right up to my hair roots. We'd seen a fox in a zoo once, when we went there with Dad. It had a patchy fur, it was gray and skinny. But this girl was a fiery color and furry, just like in fairy tales. I was still rummaging through my backpack. My fingers were searching for the dog's treat. Stumbled upon soft, crumpled object. You'll see. The real beast will wake up soon. You should ask them where they got their human faces. The girl's shadow was dancing in the lamp's light. The dog yapped in agreement. I freaked out and dropped my finding in the snow without getting a proper chance to examine it. Cold wind instantly covered the hole it created with snow. The dog rushed to dig it out, wanting to get its treat, and the fox just snorted. Now I was so embarrassed I wanted to sneak into the snow. It was still dark outside the electric circle. On the contrary, the darkness seemed even more thick. All neighboring houses were sleeping deeply in its inkiness. I did my best to continue the conversation with a weird girl I didn't know. So, are you going to school? Oh my, you are a real dummy. Don't you get it? Well, I was trying to be friendly, but she can't stop mocking me. Calling me a dummy and all. I should have just moved along without paying any attention to this weirdo and her stupid dog. Why are you so mean? Don't answer if you don't want to. It's not like I care. So something froze me in place, tugging me towards the dark figure. A mysterious appearance, her voice that was velvety and languid enough. I was intrigued and excited. I watched her as people watch fires burn. Oh, stop pouting. Look here. Zolka took a liking to you. Zaholka? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm about to look that up. The dog was digging through the snow with sharp movements, snorting loudly. The fox turned and looked at the windows of a nearby house, at its timbered front through the white mist. The tip of her fake nose was shining under the lamp's light. And maybe someone else, too. I went red again, like a boiled crayfish this time. Is she talking about herself or someone else? I hoped that the semi-dark would be able to hide my embarrassment from the girl. I cleared my throat before asking, and who is that person? I waited, counting my heartbeat. The fox didn't reply. Her sly stare was scanning the frosty patterns from someone's windows. She was reading them like a glass book. I wonder what she can see through those winter paintings. This... Oh... The stray stopped rummaging through the snow. It ran to me, holding my object in her jaw. A mitten. Could it be the one I found in the forest? What was it doing here? I then looked closer. I realized that it was just my mitten. Okay, never mind. I thought it was the one from the forest too. Maybe Mom stuffed it in there when I was asleep. A certain missing boy immediately came to mind. Hey, do you know anything about vulva? Imagine this scene, silhouettes dancing in the clearing. The dances on the night when vulva had disappeared. A boy who, when found, can provide a big reward and maybe save my family. I remember my birthday, when our parents promised to take me and Olya to Disneyland in Paris. But instead of a long-anticipated gift, they gave me a simple brick game console, visibly embarrassed. I was crying my eyes out back then, demanding to be taken to the promised amusement park. That was the first time when Mom and Dad had a big fight. My greediness shattered their relationship. If only I could fix everything. Gather everybody I love and take them to Disneyland. On the night vulva disappeared, I think I saw someone looking like you dancing under my window. It couldn't be true, but I felt like her mask became even more sly. The fox was sniffing me out. Oh, that got you worried? For yourself or for someone else? Olya, as soon as I thought about my sister, my chest tightened, and cold sweat steamed down my spine. Well then, listen closely, a boy named Anton. This is a big and scary forest. The fox girl stepped forward menacingly. And I'm not its only tenant. The other beasts already know about you. Beware, we'll be coming again tonight. I shouldn't have talked to this evil child in form, I thought, panicking. When you and your parents will be fast asleep, we'll sneak really close and dance. Macarena. Huh? Hey, Macarena. Ooh, look at you, your mouth agape. A Tansha. He saw me near his window night. Yeah, right. Are you by chance a dimwit? Nobody would let me go outside that late. Children go missing here, you know. I touched a plastic frame with my glasses, puzzled by her silly joke. She got me scared to death. Hey, why don't you stop fondling your glasses? I was also nearsighted once. Listen to me, and maybe you'll become smarter. Remember, what do they call foxes? Cunning? My words seemed to hurt her. Hey, what did you... sorry. Her laughter was akin to the jingle of a pair of silver bells. Just pulling your leg. Of course we're cunning. If you're agile and brave enough to behind a cunning fox, I'll help you look for your vulva. There's a reason why you're doing it, right? I shrugged in reply. Her insight was alarming. I know why children have been swarming our forest recently. Sometimes you can find a lot of interesting stuff there. One day I saw a huge pile of candy once, and I swam in it until my jaws cramped. A pile of candy? I couldn't deduce whether she believed in what she was saying from the tone of her voice. I showed her another smile, a fake one this time. Boo, so wary. Well, what will you say to this then? Oh, she held out her hand in a furry mitten. Chat, don't ever accept candy from a fox. Don't do it. Don't do it. There was an assortment of sweets in her palm. In the city where I used to live, sweets like these were sold at the market or in kiosks. I saw my favorite bubblegum in a vivid wrapper among the tasty treasure. A familiar name was on it, Turbo. A triangular fox face poked her nose towards me. Take some. My pockets are full of these. I know I said don't take candy from a fox, chat. But we'll take candy from the fox. I accepted the treats and catching a whiff of the girl's smell. Okay. Fur, fireworks, and citrus, the smell of holidays. My fingers tingled while I was carefully unwrapping the gum. A peachy aroma entered my nostrils, and something else, something unfamiliar but pleasant. The fruity cube ended up in my mouth. I started moving my molars, chewing the gum. It tastes like your usual Turkish gum, only my tongue went a bit numb. I couldn't believe my luck after opening the insert. Oh! Is that like you win a free car? I looked at the Mercedes-Benz, an extremely rare and hence desirable collector's item for any boy from my previous neighborhood. My heart skipped a beat. I was barely able to tear my eyes off the insert, still stunned. This is... Now do you see what can be found in the forest? Still, I wouldn't go there alone if I were you. You get flustered over simple bubblegum after all. Imagine what would happen if you find a travel case worth of these. It'll surely blow your mind. Unusual treats. Just like everything else about her. I carefully hid the insert in my bag, as if putting a rare butterfly in a can. The fox giggled. This is not how things are supposed to go on a Monday morning. Who are you? I refrained from asking that question. She wouldn't answer anyways, or she'll just lie. I really wanted to see what's behind her mask. I was becoming more and more sure that underneath it wasn't just a simple young girl. What if Volva also found a snow pile with sweets and is just rolling in it now? Actually, what if he decided to stay in the forest? He must be so cold about his second mitten then. The wind the wind caught her words like smoke from a fire and carried them deep into the darkness, into the creepy thicket. The trees behind me creaked with their bony branches. Or what if something happened to him along the way? Something terrible. The forest reached to her words, became alive. It sniffed me out, perking its ears just like a curious beast. The fox girl pierced me with her eyes again. Wild beasts? You find that scary? Well, I don't know. He doesn't know. Oh my, have I befriended a dunce? I didn't like to be called a dunce, yet being friends with her sounded nice. My grades are good. Really now. Will you come with me, good grades Anton? We'll find your Volva, and we'll be able to ask him what he found deep in the forest. As long as you're with me, nothing can hurt you in the forest. You'll see. Worms of worry writhed in my belly. Better run, whispered in my mind. I don't believe you. Do you take me for a liar? Whatever, you're just like everyone else. The girl sounded hurt, although I didn't know if she was genuine about it. She turned around as if she had immediately lost all interest in me. The gum felt bitter now. I remember my dad's favorite saying, "Where are your manners, son?" Indeed, this fox was kind to me. Please don't get mad. Foxes can also be nice, like in fairy tales. I need to know what kind of fox you are. The girl giggled, hiding the nose of her mask in her hands. Then follow me to the forest and you'll get to know me. But not right now. When it gets bright, I mean. Your whole body is shaking, you poor thing. I don't want you to get a stroke. Hey, let me accompany you to school. After hearing this, the dog barked in agreement and stopped messing with the mitten. I leaned in, trying to grab the piece of handwear that almost ran away from me. Well, if we're going in the same direction. We went towards the school and the lost dawn. Here and there, the lights came out of the windows of the house we passed, as if their inhabitants were sending us warning signs. Silhouettes lurked behind the curtains, dogs had occasional barks. Spirals of gray smoke rose from chimneys, TVs bustled, and dishes changed in kitchens. We watched the village slowly rise from its slumber while carefully treading the snow-wheeled trails. I walked in the left one, and she took the right one. The dog was following right behind us. I expected the fox to bring up something weird again, but she stayed silent all the way to the school, as if playing with me some game only she was privy to. She would only giggle from time to time when the dog sneezed from the snowflakes that fell on its nose. I was the first to break the silence. I can't tell if she's going to be good or not. I can't tell if she's going to be good or if she's like going to be like bad. I feel like she's good. I don't know. So what's your name? Here it comes. Names, names, names. You people always need to put labels on everything. What name would you give to a fox like me? I don't know. But I've read about Alyssa the fox. You know what? I don't mind. I'll be Alyssa. I couldn't understand if she was joking or not. I turned around as if to look for answers. From the dog. But from the dark sky devoid of dawn. The silent questions were left unanswered. The school's outline was already in our sight. A giant brick box stuck in the endless night. Lights in its windows didn't bode well for me. The warden trees were guarding the schoolyard. Screams, childish laughter, and someone's whistle tore up the silence. I went there with Mom when we just moved, and this place looked cozy at the time. Empty corridors that smelled of polish and puffy snow outside. The second time I came here to get books, and just kept on imagining my peers rolling down the railings, grade schoolers running to the library, and teachers marching down the corridor with the air of self-importance around them. High schoolers were smoking at the entrance, and track pants and wool caps perched on their foreheads. Their appearance destroyed the last hopes of a cozy school. Their stingy eyes and teeth, yellow from nicotine, their smirks, all of it had the same gloomy effect as a cloudy winter morning. Absorbed in my thoughts, I completely forgot about my companion. I'll wait for you at the backyard after school, near the hanged man. Oh, Eli's favorite character. That's an inside joke. For the channel if you're new. That's an inside joke. You have to come to the streams and learn that joke, though. Near what? She just ignored my question. Don't be late. I hesitated, blowing hot and cold again. Mom always said that I would have horrible trouble choosing between two options. Thinking about Mom helped me reply. I'm going straight home after school. Well, Antosha, I'm going to let you off the hook. But others will creep up to you with their smiles and sink their teeth into you. Won't be able to shake them off as easily. Remember my words. The fox opened her mouth with a wide yawn. What kind of trick is this? Someone running in the distance calling out my name. I called out my name. I instinctively turned around. A huge snowball whizzed past my shoulder and hit the dog. It whimpered and ran towards the spring. Poor thing. The darkness devoured it. The fox girl was also nowhere to be seen. She dissolved into the frosty air. Or was she hiding in my shadow? I gulped and swallowed the gum. Unlucky. After taking a deep breath, I went towards the school, towards the cutlets and dough, towards the light raining down into the snow. Man, this is getting interesting and weird. Whose nest is, I wonder? A thieving magpie? Then it probably has all sorts of shiny things in it. Pieces of colorful glasses, bottle caps, polished coins, or child braces. Tall man was standing near the gate, puffing out clouds of smoke into the wind. He didn't look like a teacher. Was he a PE guy, maybe? I studied his face. It looked like it was cut from a piece of granite on a hair lip that was holding down a cigarette. He was playing around with car keys and staring back at us. The light from his cigarette reflected in his eyes that were sitting deep into his eye socket. I froze in place. The hulking man lazily tore off his eyes from us and walked towards the road. Weird. The buzzing crowd of upperclassmen with their winter hats tipped to the side. I better not draw their attention. There was a fresh-looking Volga parked nearby, with one of its front wheels perched up on the icy curb. Black like soot, as if it was straight out of the horror story Dad loved to tell me when we hid in the attic during a thunderstorm. I remember him always wearing a sad smile while mentioning that black car that snatched children. He would say, it looked like a funeral car on the outside, white curtains and all, and it had DSC on its license plate. Do you know what that means? Death to Soviet children. Funny, I was born in the USSR too. That's everything. I could hear muffled voices behind the door, saw blinking lamps. Darkness creeped along the windows, and it felt like the school was drifting in open space like a lovely lost spaceship. After going to the second floor, I noticed a crowd around the notice board. Oh, that's Volva. Oh no! That's going to probably fill up with more and more kids they go missing, I bet. Everyone was taking part in a lively discussion. I moved closer and took a look at something everyone was interested in through the walls of backpacks. There was a piece of paper with something printed on it glued to the left of the notice board. 10 years old, grade 4. He left his home on January 5th, around 16, and never returned home. Was last seen at the bridge over the Somodria River. He was wearing an orange coat with a hood, black wool cap, scarf, and mittens with green stripes. Might have had a plastic toy gun on him. Wow. Fourth grader. I really read all of this. On that grainy print, Volva looked dead, with a black mouth and dark, empty eye sockets. Could it be that the darkness dwelling deep in the forest invaded his pores and mutilated his face? A plastic toy gun couldn't protect him from the whispering branches and howling wind. Empty eyes of the lost boy pierced through my soul as if pleading. Unable to meet his stare, I turned around and rushed to the window, took a seat on the windowsill. The corridor was slowly filling up with children in groups of few. Nobody paid me any mind. In the darkness of school toilets, child voices were hammering a nursery rhyme. Oh no! For the fox and for the bear, bunny, tasty meals prepare. I turned my head towards them, trying to get a better look at their features, but then my attention was stolen by a loud clicking sound. A female teacher marched down the corridor with her chin raised up high. Her heels were hitting the floor like miniature hooves. A girl was trailing her every step. She also she was also looking pompous, stopping along the way and whispering some secret in her friend's ear. She was probably a class rep since she was carrying an attendance register book. Oh gosh, Ekartinia? I don't know how to say that word. I'm sorry. I'm so bad at pronouncing names, guys. I'm so bad. Take this, please. The teacher opened the classroom door, and the crowd of children swarmed in, screaming and pushing. Oh, buddy. Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, this poor kid. He's going to get bullied. Out of all of them, a tall, red-headed fat boy caught my attention. His face was full of blisters. He looked like the inside of a pomegranate. Oh, no. A bad feeling. I had a bad feeling up the hair. Oh my gosh, I had a bad feeling risen up the hair on the back of my head. Is he going to be mean? I've seen like boys like him before. Unsettling eyes, cackling laughter. The girl who had a smaller copy teacher warned the boy with a wave of her hand. Entered the room through the clearing of the crowd. Some other guy stood in the way of the crowd, and the redheaded immediately shoved him. Move your legs, moron! The boy flew headfirst, flailing his hand, trying to keep his balance. Oh, this kid! Oh, this kid! Oh my gosh! The fatso bursted out laughing, and a couple of kids joined his nasty cackling. The laughter sounded like someone was snipping with huge garden scissors. The classroom sucked all the kids in. The corridor stood empty. I wanted to grow roots and stay on the windowsill. Just a handful of lampposts outside were battling in the darkness, writhing like fluorescent fish in the black ocean. Maybe I can still run away. Go outside, dissolve into the dark. I imagine myself running through the snow, how it squeaks under my boots, and how I'm becoming lighter and lighter with every step. The ringer thrilled blew that illusion away. I tore myself from the window with great effort, and took a couple of breaths, trying to at least calm down my mad pulse, and entered the classroom. The prim teacher looked at me over the frame of her glasses, clearly annoyed. I am the transfer student. I was told to come here. The snowy forest trail was winding in front of my eyes. The pines rustled, and it didn't sound predatory anymore. She buried herself in her register and flicked through the pages. Your last name? Petrov. Huh. What are you mumbling there? Say it clearly. Petrov. You're not on the list. She measured me with a long and heavy stare, as if trying to see if I was lying. I wanted to sink through the floor. Hazy faces observed all that was left from the left. The classroom breathed and snored in unison, like a living organism, like a dangerous beast. Are you sure? I don't have you on my register. My knees chose the worst time to start shaking. I felt dizzy. I clutched my fist so hard my knuckles became white. They told me to come to classroom 204 and ask for Lila Pavonia, class 6C. Apparently everyone in the class took my words for some kind of joke because they were all laughing. What's wrong with this school? The classroom fell silent. The kids hid their smirks for a better occasion. Why do we hire so many interns? They all know how they all know how to put lipstick all over their bulging lips. When it comes to real problems, I have to solve everything. How did they send you here without any proper paperwork? Ugh. We've had the same thing happen so many times already. Wait here, I'll be back. After I have a little chat with them. The teacher flew past me, mumbling something to herself in righteous anger, and I was left standing in the center of the classroom. Like a convict in front of a firing squad, I lowered my gaze, feeling the mocking stares from all around the classroom directed at me. They prickled my skin, dancing like it was laser sights. Once again, I imagined running far away from this place, fighting the clawing wind, soaring high above the pines in one long jump, with the wind in my back as my only companion. The eyes of my future classmates were asking, this new boy, is he one of us or an outsider? Someone whispered something and stifled laughter rolled through the classroom. Wipe the board. It was easy to guess who the main prankster here. Hey, Four Eyes, are you not only blind but also deaf? I said wipe the board. My knees weren't the only shaking parts of my body anymore. I was trembling from head to toe, and I prayed for the teacher to come back sooner. My prayers were answered by the powers that be. And what should I do with you now? Where will you sit? Oh well, you can sit next to Simeon, I guess. He's alone anyways. No way! The fatso put his backpack on the seat beside him in defiance, scratched his belly and smirked. Are you back to your old tricks? Should I call your grandma here again? The classroom went silent. And what's she gonna do? I'll be the one to do something if she doesn't. Put away your backpack now. Simeon didn't move a muscle. He started studying the portraits of the writers on the wall, looking bored. I needed to do something, to resolve this somehow, to save myself. I I cleared my throat and continued in a stifled voice. That sounded like nothing. That sounded nothing like me. I can sit in the last row. I think there's a free seat. The teacher snorted loudly. She looked at me, then at Simeon, then back at me. Fine, go there for now. And you, Barberin, I'll have a talk with you later. Come to me after class. You'll be on cleaning duty, got it? Simeon forced out a twisted smile. Juicy pimples were growing out of the tip of his nose, ripe for the taking. That's disgusting. Oh, man. I walked carefully, afraid to stumble and fall, causing another outburst of laughter from everyone. I took the seat at the back, at the last table, where I was met with a pile of old posters. Pile, my bad. The outcasts took their seats, and the class was ready to start. Now this is settled, let's start the class. Today's theme is traditions of Russian and international literature. The Zozinskos don't lie. The Fatso turned back to me. His stare informed me of the coming days, weeks, and months of bullying. I've got my eyes on you, said his watery looks. After a couple of periods, I've already noticed a huge yellow spit stain in my notebook. Then at the cafeteria, this Simeon accidentally spilled a glass of kompot on me. What is that? Like some kind of dessert brewed from a mix of dry fruits and berries. Interesting. And then he flayed his hands around after the exiting toilet, so some of the liquid from his hands would get on me. Just before the final period for the day, Simeon pushed me into a buzzing crowd of girls from our class. Whoa, poor kid. Oh, that's unfortunate. They made way cursing, but I couldn't hold my balance and ended up ramming my face into the girl I took for the class rep before, right into her chest. Ow! I immediately stepped back, dying from embarrassment. I'm sorry. Are you alright? She suddenly put her hands on her hips. Will you look at him? Grope at me in front of everyone. I'll tell my mom. They'll expel you, pervert. There was some sort of sadistic pleasure in her eyes, as if she was a child who was about to put a lit-up match into the Schaffer beetle. I didn't mean to. He pushed me. We all saw that, you know. No blind among us. She stared at my glasses while showing me a creepy smile. I started to fume on the inside, but Simeon's laughter cooled my head. I pushed you? You sure? He swaggered up to me, enveloping me in a smell of sunflower seeds and rotting teeth, and then he pushed me to the ground. Like this, huh? What you gonna do now? The bully towered over me as if saying, come on, hit me. Let's see you try. Okay. 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 Let's go. Come on, fatso, let's go. Listen, you. My throat went dry, my lips were moving on their own, and my voice was akin to a stifled squeal. Simeon wore a mocking smile. Go on, Four Eyes. Why don't you stop? We're all waiting. If you ever touch me again. Simeon slowly stuck a finger and poked my forehead. I did, so what? If you ever do it again. Here. Once more. And again. And again. Oh, just deck him. Pop his pimples with your fist. He was poking me with his finger so hard that my head tilted backwards. I must not cry, or I'll be done for. What will a wimp like you do to me? My vision went blurry. My soles tore off from the floor. I rushed forward and threw a random punch without looking. What I saw when I opened my eyes was beautiful and horrifying at the same time. Simeon was holding his ear and blinking in amazement. Well, was I the first person to rebel against his absolute rule? I needed to run, but I was already surrounded by his cronies. Lila Pavlonia? Petrov just hit Botrom. Simeon's cheek grew redder as his pimples were even wider, like the head of larvae. But a smile flashed on his face that was only noticed among his comrades. He got really close to me. The smell of his rotting teeth washed over me. You are fucking done. His voice was evil and dangerous, like someone tore off the lid from a kettle with boiling fat. I was waiting to get hit, counting the thumps of my heart, guessing where his fist will go. Solar plexus, the jaw, the nose, but he just turned and walked off. A thought, cold and sober and extremely rational, popped into my head. I'm going to get killed today. Oh my gosh. I was late to leave the school for after classes on purpose. Simeon didn't attend last period, so I was hopeful. What if he decided to dodge a cleaning duty and ran home, forgetting all about me? I heaved a sigh of relief, like someone on death row whose execution was delayed by a day. But I didn't let myself forget his tone, his vengeful gaze, and his scary, electrified smirk. While the other students were leaving the school, laughing loudly, I was pretending to skim through my books near a window. I was staring outside, nervous. Simeon was nowhere to be found in the front yard or near the school gate. I didn't really believe I was this lucky, so I decided to be extra cautious and stayed for some more time in the corridor that was gradually getting less crowded. All the bustle moved to the first floor. There was a skeleton peeking out of the biology classroom. Some jokester put a cap with the American condor on its head. The sound of running water were coming from the bathroom. I was the only person left in the whole school. I'm not alone, a sudden thought came to my mind. I remember the missing boy. His portrait was on the notice board near the schedule. I remembered his smile, him looking at me, and the fact that he was most likely already dead. Hello? I shuddered and turned around. At first my eye stumbled upon the black violin case. Then I noticed a girl from my class was holding it. Are we going to have a friend chat? Are we getting a friend? She sat in the first row of the second column. I could swear I caught her looking at me a couple of times. And I was sneaking glances at her myself. Sometimes it just felt nice to look at something pretty. The spring, the sky, or a girl that's not in the crowd that laughs at Simeon's jokes. And she wasn't whispering in the dirty laundry of other people to Katya. She spent all the breaks, just like me, staying in the classroom or looking in the window or drawing something in her green notebook. Hello. I turned red and pretended I was studying the pattern on the wooden floor. It was cool the way you hit him. It was just an accident. Almost. I started shoving books into my backpack to at least put something in my hands. Simeon wasn't like that before. He also transferred here just recently. His grandma told me that it was almost like he went mad. Even the upperclassmen fear Simeon. Did you know? But you're different. You're brave. I mumbled in reply. Yeah, right. Me, brave? A hero that's been standing around in the hallway to avoid a beating? The girl looked at me with clear, attentive eyes. Do you live over the river? In that wooden house? Yeah. It must be scary living there. And you have to cross the forest. I wouldn't be able to do that. I shivered at the mention of the forest. I thought of the intertwining branches of snake-like trails of endless darkness that spread like mold among the crooked trees. So I should have lied. It's not that scary. What's so scary about it for you? She smiled after a brief pause, as if brushing off a daydream. Well, actually, never mind. My name is Polina, by the way. I'm Anton. I already know that. Hey, Anton. She stumbled as if trying to decide whether she should continue. What are you doing after school? My chest felt prickly after her innocent question, yet somehow it felt pleasant. Nothing much. I stumbled and didn't finish my sentence. Okay. Yo? Elisa's predatory smile flashed in front of my eyes. Her playful eyes and the slits of the mask were probably just a product of my imagination, though. What if that fox girl was waiting for me after the school? Or was just another of her weird jokes? I don't know if he's hiding a big red tail under her coat. I suddenly got covered with the beads of sweat, like after a PE class. I wanted to take a shower, as if just thinking of the foxy girl made me dirty, soiled my clothes, lured me into the forest embrace. Are we going to have to choose between the two of them? I have a violin lesson and then I'll be free. My grandpa hired me a private tutor. Our music teacher is a violinist and doesn't have anyone to teach here except for me. She waved a free hand in the air, imitating the movement of a bow on a violin strings. I could almost hear the music. It chased Alyssa out of my head. I licked Polina's lips, catching every word, and was frozen from the unusual sensation. They were warm, soothing, and tingly. It felt like I was very small, and the feelings were immense as they couldn't fit inside me. They said there's a serial killer on the loose in the village. Oh, that was her. Normally Grandpa would escort me home from the school, but he's been sick lately. I snuck a glance at Volva's photo. His eye wells were studying me. His lips were wearing a black lipstick, just like the portrait on the gravestone. I mean, I'm not a coward, it's just... I think I'll be safer together with you. Will you go home with me, Anton? There it was. Finally, everything that I read about the adventures book, everything that I dreamed about was seeping into my life. A mysterious crime, a beautiful stranger, and a heroic duel. A duel. Thinking of Simeon instantly sobered me up, turned me back to earth, and I started shaking under my feet like a deck of ship. If only I could rise to the occasion in front of Paulina. Because no matter how brave I was trying to act, it was obvious for both of us that I wouldn't be able to stand a chance against a big guy like that. And him knocking me out won't even be the worst of it. The worst part is that Paulina will see all of that. And she'll laugh at me like everyone else. No, I don't need anyone to see me in such a shameful state. I doubt I'll be able to today. You know, Simeon is waiting for me outside. I need to deal with him one-on-one like a man. Nonsense. Paulina brushed off some hair off her forehead, and I sensed a weak aroma of blackberry. Paulina was like water when you were thirsty and would gulp it down and still wanted more. Oh my gosh, kid. Buddy, calm down. Calm down, man. I remembered the summer evenings at the country house, the fire of pungent smoke, the berries hanging over our fence from the neighbors, and a soft cover of pine needles under my soles. Those few peaceful days when I felt something completely safe. My mom resting in the hammock, my dad putting meat on a skewer. I could have foreseen the upcoming catastrophe in the crackles of coal, in our parents' laughs, in the smell of fleeting July. Could I have seen how fragile that world was? Do you really think that savage will give you a fair fight? He'll just swarm you with his friends without giving you a chance to catch a breath. Paulina suddenly flashed a devious smile. But if we go together, they'll be put off. I'm not the only first violinist in this village. I'm also a girl. I'm not only the first violin. I'm not only the first violin of this village. I'm assuming it means violinist. No, violin. I don't understand. That's a weird sentence. I'm the only first violin of this village. I'm also a girl. I heard from the delinquent I know that he'll never attack someone when there's a girl around. Can you imagine? They'll have this weird code of honor. A delinquent, you know. I thought worried. Is he better than me? Taller? More handsome? Oh, I have to go to music class. She made a couple of steps and stopped. Amazing. Paulina didn't look like those beauties from the magazine posters or the actresses from the movies. But in the flickering light of the ceiling lamps, she looked much more alluring. Can you play anything? My parents taught me a guitar a couple of years ago. I immediately remembered my meager attempts at making music. Change we're all waiting for. Tissot's song echoed my thoughts and desires to change something. That guitar got lost somewhere, as if refusing to move to the old house near the forest. I think my parents gave it away to someone who needed it more. I don't, sadly. A pity. Oh well, I'll be going. Bye. Her shout was captured by a loud echo. Her shoes also echoed through the school's hallways. Bye. I wasn't sure if Paulina heard me. I looked out the window again. The school's yard was empty, just a couple of grade schoolers throwing snowballs at each other. Nobody who looked like a hulking simian with his cronies. This was giving me hope. What should I do? Paulina could become my friend, the first one in this new place. Besides, she may be in real danger of me to kill her, and I'll be her defender, her knight. And even though my inner voice was hesitant and whispered about running away from the killers lurking in the woods at night, Paulina was worth the risk. But the red cunning fox was also intriguing. She promised me to help look for Volva, and so bring me a reward. More money will almost guarantee peace in my family. Gifts to Olya. I imagine my sister, happy like those girls who get prices from Sonia, I don't even know what that is, in the finest hour. We'll be dancing with the famous singers, maybe new popular boy bands like I don't even know, International. I need to learn how to pronounce Russian words better. My mom and dad hugging the Oxano Pavilion, and all of us going to Disneyland. We're going to have to choose between the two. Yeah. Oh, the fox in the window. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I think we're going to go with a fox. Alyssa, for this first one. What is this? An abandoned zinc bucket with a rag at the bottom of it filled to the brim with murky tap water. It reeked of salty chemicals, and the stench of it was so intense that I felt sick, staggered away from it, praying that I don't meet the same fate as the person on cleaning duty. Turn me around, and I'll tell you who's stupid. I bet something as offensive is written on the other side. I wonder how long would Simeon keep turning it around until it fell into his hands. Somebody left their school shoes on the windowsill. Judging by their size, they belong to a boy my age. Let's do I want to do Alyssa. I I want to go with the fox. After closing my backpack, I ran down the stairs. Went on a date with Alyssa. Ooh, interesting. I scanned through my surroundings through the window in the main hall. Nobody suspicious in sight. The school doors creaked. The sound was similar to the music from a thriller, the high note that comes before an intense scene. I ran around the school, trying not to catch anyone's attention. The smell of pastries and burnt sugar wafted from the school cafeteria. I froze when I saw a silhouette on the second floor window. It must be Paulina, guiding a bow on a violin strings with her head slightly tilted to one side. I wish I could hear the melody she played. Paulina was only a dark outline on the window's yellow sheet. I dragged my feet forward. What the heck? I wonder what this says, first off. And what the heck is this dude doing here? The net on the football goal was in the yard, floated in the wind. The same wind that hurled small white whirlwinds to the field. Somewhere nearby, an invisible tractor was humming, scaring away the crowds of cawing birds. The hum of its engine sounded like howls of a hungry beast that chased me through the snowy desert. Alyssa and her scary mask also came to mind. Right now, in the light of day, it was really hard to believe she was real. What did she say back then? At the backyard near the hanged man? I'm assuming it's this, like the drawing. What did she mean by that? A squirrel. A forest squirrel chomping on sunflower seeds. Someone from the school is probably feeding her interesting. Excuse me? A silhouette turned around the corner and walked deeper into the dead end, leaving Sarah Smoke in its wake. Was that an adult, a teacher maybe? That's so freaking weird. I looked at the wall where the hangman drawn under the thin black line of resin. Someone was playing hangman here. Something was scribbled on the sides both men. Oh, that's... Okay, well, I know what they mean now. The man, escape, fear, truth. Come closer, sweetheart. It took me a while to realize where the voice was coming from. My eyes strolled through the cul-de-sac of the schoolyard through the window in snow. Okay, examine. One of the snow piles started trembling like a volcano before it erupts. Give me your hearts! In the blink of an eye, the white crust crumbled and a fox jumped at me. She made a gracious bow, enjoying the effect of her appearance had on me. The shiver of snow shined on her coat. The silver, my bad. I couldn't even imagine that thinking about girls with tails can be this. I don't know what to compare it to. This something infectious? Toxically sweet? Fight back or your heart is in my bag. She giggled so enthusiastically that it forced me to smile. Oh, come on. I quickly rolled the ball of snow and threw it at Alyssa. She tried to dodge, but it was too late, and hit to the shoulder. Ah, you insolent boy. Yeah, that's me. The fox slowly backed down, trying to arm herself. You're a sly, but I'm a fox, and I think outside the box. Her retribution was shift. The snowball arched its way through above the snowy yard, and the ravens flying in the air. I wanted to duck, but slipped and fell to my knees. And while I was getting up, I caught a huge chunk of snow in my face. It burned up from the cold. I swore loudly from the immense disappointment, using words I heard from Skeeter's Gaza, a song on the cassettes I hid from my parents. If Dad heard this, he would definitely give me a good whipping. He had a very low tolerance for obscene words and always communicated in clean Russian. Oh, come on. It can't hurt that much. She brushed off... actually, this is a good... That might be a good thumbnail. That might be the thumbnail, who knows? She brushed off my hood as if to show compassion, took me by the elbow, and helped me get up. With the care uncharacteristic for a child, she took off my glasses, blew away the snowflakes that were stuck to them, and handed them back. Now we're even, Tosha. Only people who were close to me called me that. And I haven't even seen her real face. I didn't know her... What does Tosha mean compared to like his name? I need to figure that out. I haven't even seen her real face. I didn't know her last name. What class was she from? And if she had a real tail in her coat. Want to get ahead? We're going to look for Volva, remember? We better hurry before my parents start looking for me. The fox had a lazy yawn. Parents, don't be so boring. Let's play for a bit. You're always bored at home anyways. And how do you know that? It's not even a secret. It's always way too boring being locked up in a house full of adults. I get all jittery from both houses and parents, see? Her furry fox brow started twitching. I faked a laugh in reply, unsure whether being able to move parts of her mask like that was generally funny or not. Come on, Tosha, don't be scared. I can see you want to play. And if you win, the fox got dangerously close to me and stood on her tiptoes, almost touching my face with her little nose. Playful fires danced deep in her eyes. She smelled nice, like berries and sriracha. Sriracha? I don't know what that is. Is this the moment of independence, of true freedom? I mean, the kind where all you have to do in your life is run wild and eat sweets. Her whisper poured into my ears like scalding hot water. If you win, I'll be your guide. Believe me, I have lots of things to show you. We'll surely find your vulva for one. I felt as if a giant invisible spring bent inside me. My tummy hurt, but the sensation was somehow not exactly unpleasant. It was so weird. I just had a conversation with Polina, and now Elisa was going to drag me along with her. I felt like my mind was becoming blurry, splitting into two, like the gravestones on the TV record. And what if I lose? Then I'll claw at your soul, softy. Ha 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 ha. Come on, let's go. She burst out laughing, wiped the hem of her coat, and ran towards the road we used to come to school in the morning. Her promise, that almost sounded like a threat, hypnotized me. I bent down and scooped up some snow. I wish I had a device that could tell whether Elisa was joking or being serious. Or is there always a third option with people like her? Between her jokes and her laughter and her hot breath on my ear, I wanted to win. To punish her for the lightness and freedom she possessed that was clearly too much for an average girl. When I, on the other hand, was possessed or rather intoxicated by the thirst for adventure, by my curiosity. Just like that time when I ate the cherries from Mom's Navalka and lied down with my eyes closed while the bed was spinning underneath me. I spat, then cleaned up my lips. Do you want to play, little sister fox? Then let's play. I armed myself with a snowball and chased a fleeing fox girl. I really like the little animations they added to this. Like, it makes it that much better. I saw a familiar street with a wooden post that didn't look scary anymore. They were just logs covered in snow. If I were to shout out, the guard dogs would start barking and the owners would start peeking out their windows. Alyssa's small silhouette was mocking me from far away, so I was used to trying to hit her with a snowball for now. A waste of ammunition. Birches, mutilated like the cold, peeked out the view along the clear road. A giant snow pile towered near one of the trees. It was probably the place where the tractor brought all the snow from the village. A whole family of foxes would fit in such a pile. No, I thought. She's the only fox around here. She alone is already too much. My second morning acquaintance was running around the edge of the forest, the stray dog with a mangy tail. She sniffed around and marked the naked berry bush and ran towards the other ones. Alyssa showed up from under the hill. Zolka, follow me, girl. The dog ears perked up, barked in agreement, and followed her lead. We ran farther and farther, exchanging snowballs, laughing and stumbling. The winter forest towered in front of us, reaching for the low clouds. We were at the edge of its shadow, bony, almost corporeal. The fox hit about a huge pine, clearly trying to get close to me, and shoved some snow down my collar. It was a good plan, but Zolka, who was running circles around her, gave her away. I broke off the dry branch and decided to act even trickier. I put my hat on it and peeked at it from the side of the pine. I think I'll make her think that it's my head. I bit my lip to stop myself from laughing, then jumped out from the other side and formed a point-blank throw. Elisa probably cracked my plan right away, but still left me with the win 3-1. I was wounded in the leg, and she got shot in the chest and the stomach, losing imaginary blood in front of my eyes, pleading for mercy while also choking from laughter. Aha, please mercy. Aha, I'm dying. Okay, I'll let you live. This is kind of cute in a weird way. Thank you, oh valiant knight. She printed to bow to me, then grabbed 2 handfuls of snow, like a dying warrior, threw them away in a last-ditch effort. I dodged her attack easily, laughing uncontrollably and being mad at the same time. I finished her with 2 precise shots. He'll let me live, huh? Learn how to do it if you're so smart. Learn me how to do it if you're so smart. Shut up, you're already dead. Haha, when did that stop me? Let's play something more interesting. She dashed behind the tree after blowing snow in my direction. 1, 2, time to play with you. 3, 4, 5, the owl will arrive. I hesitantly moved towards the windfall. 6 on end, the wolf's gray foe will stand. I thought I was a real tail gliding across the bushes. I rushed into the intertwined branches that helped Alyssa to hide if something was pulling me there. Yeah, I had to move them, to tear them off like spider webs. The branches sprang back in my face, but it felt like they were caressing my cheeks and not hitting them. I was sweating, but still had a lot of stamina left. I'll make sure to catch you, little fox. Alyssa's voice was wandering among the windfall. 7, 8, stomp your hooves and wait. Ha ha ha. Seems like I underestimated you. I thought you were just a boy. That's kind of creepy. Confident that she was behind the dry pine, I rushed to intercept her. But the local acoustics tricked me. Her voice was already echoing from the other side. And you're a bunny. So nimble, so cute, haha. A snowball flew at me from the shadows, whistling near my ear. I'll show you a bunny. Yeah, do that, show me. A bright fox fur coat flashed near a rotten stump. I rushed there, jumping over a ravine. Bunny, show yourself, be brave. Give the beasts fresh meat they crave. This furry call that flashed from every tree was the most important thing in the world for me. My lips started trembling, as if I was a cowboy that was chasing his prey. One jump and the fox was in my embrace, so smooth and desirable. Fine, fine, you win. She leaned against the scratchy bark and started puffing. Please, let's have a break. You're too fast, too strong, too tasty. Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know if the fox is good or not. I still can't figure it out. Satisfied, I put my hands on my sides, waiting for the sports award from the defeated girl. But what I got instead was a sly snowball in my smug face. The cunning fox ran away, roaring with laughter, but I wasn't even mad about it. I needed to catch up to Alyssa, to tackle and subdue her. Tear off her mask and see everything. Uh-oh. Poor little bunny jumps around in the wet pine forest, afraid of getting eaten by the big gray wolf, thinking of hot summer, keeping his ears low, sneaking glances at the hidden sky. The sky really did disappear under the trees. I moved using the barking Zolka as a guide since she was so closely following her owner, and I was getting closer. At the same time, imagine back at school blinked. Wait, same trail I imagined back at school blinked under my feet. It turned out that running like there's no tomorrow was so easy. Faster, higher, faster. I felt like there was a well of untapped potential inside me, and I drew from it. My muscles were buzzing, my lungs felt bigger, and I felt much stronger overall. Even my vision became sharper. I saw every icy branch, every dent in the bark. Something colorful was lying near the bushes, a piece of clothing. Another colorful spot to the right. Alyssa was losing her clothes on the run, like shedding her skin. Also using my teeth to take off my mittens, excited by all that. I'll get naked and feel all the wind to the last drop. Faster. I reached out, take off my hat, and throw away everything that stops me from running wild in this forest. The backpack slowed me down, so I threw it in the snow, along with all the pins that were inside, with all the notebooks, all my drawings on the sidelines, and the dinosaur for Olya. Oh no, Olya. Suddenly, a clear picture appeared in my mind. My sister, standing near a window, basking in the dusking sun. Her small childish palms are pressing into the glass, leaving marks where they warmed it up. She could warm up the whole world like that. She's looking at the taiga, saying my name. Tosha. I stopped and took a deep breath and realized how rash and stupid I was, trying to undress in the middle of a forest while chasing a fox. Okay. Okay, good. Because I was like, I thought I was down a wrong path for a second there. I returned to get my backpack as if I was a part of my being I dropped. I remembered how my sister didn't like to be left home alone, while she asked me to come home faster. What kind of brother am I? Running in the forest that I used to scare my sister with. I'm having fun while she's not even allowed to over the doorstep. Sit in your cage, Olya, and watch the same cartoon over and over. Tosha. Yes, Olya? Tosha, where are you? Oh, what? What? Were you hopping too? Yeah, there's that word. Oh, this clown. From the darkness behind the pines, just like cavemen from the cave, appeared a smirking Simeon with a bunch of his cronies. Yo, and a Toshka. Thought you could slip away, huh? Check it out, this full-eyed freak, eh? They surrounded me like a carnivorous pride, making me step back. The smell of sweat and tobacco attacked my nostrils. The inside of my mouth felt salty, as if I licked a battery. Elisa. Then my companion turned into a stiff old cough. Pines were swaying back and forth like a solemn guardians. I was frantically looking everywhere. I dreamt of finding the fox among the trees, expecting her to come to my rescue, but only the wind replied to my pleas. Where's Elisa? What did you do to her? I shuddered after hearing my own voice. It sounded unnatural, rough, and scary. Who else is Elisa? Did you hit your head? Whatever, we'll fix you right up. Fatso spit through the gap in his teeth and pushed me so hard that I hit the back against a tree. So, feeling better now? It can't be. Did Elisa really lure me into this trap to these bastards? No, I can't believe this. Deck him right in the chin. Uppercut. Looky here, guys. He's not so brave here compared to the school. I told a wimp, eh? Ooh, did something just shine? Am I crazy or did his ring just shine? I don't know. If it's the wrong guy, transfer student. Simeon was moving towards me, readying his fist. In that moment, the other drunken track pants made a loud whistle, and the hulking boy lowered his hand. It was unexpected. Seems like Bulbarin wasn't the leader of this game. In reality, they were all listening to the boy who was looking like a small carnivore with a very strong and sharp teeth. Probably decided to have some fun at my experience first. Oh man, like a junior. Is this your Alyssa? Only then I noticed Zulka behind my legs, trembling in the cold, snow plastered all over its fur. The delinquent squatted in front of the dog, and it beckoned it with his hand. Oh my. Elisa, come here, you. Oh my. They're gonna do something to the dog. Oh no. Oh no. The others let out nasty laughs. The dog's ears perked up and started carefully moving closer. Yeah, come here. I've got something for you. Oh! Oh no! Well, they're dead, chat. The dog didn't have a chance to sniff him when this animal abuser caught it by the ear and kicked it right under the tail so hard it flew into the nearest snow pile squealing. The whole gang burst out laughing, and my heart got encrusted in ice. Even the birds that were perched up on the trees let out frightening caws. At the edge of my vision, I saw something flash in the illusionary twilight of the sleeping forest. Or were it just bushes moving on the icy branches in the wind? Romka, it won't be able to after this. Let me kick it. Oh my gosh! These kids are monsters! Let me kick the thing one more time. 2 negatives will make a positive. But the stray was already nowhere to be seen. What, are you an idiot? Go and show the Four Eyes his place. In a way he'll understand. Yeah, he owes ya. This wimp whacked you in front of the whole class. Sure thing. Simeon brought a sizable signet ring with some geometric shapes carved into it up to my face. In a moment, it did shine. It shined right there. I'll hit your fucking face so hard it'll leave a mark for the rest of your life. Where did all my inner strength and bravery go? Stop! A wizzy whisper left my lips and the head tilted forward, hitting Simeon's fist. Red sparks flew from my eyes. Mayasha, give me a hand. Simeon gave me some rough push towards the slitting ice and he tripped me. I fell on the sharp crust of ice and the fatso stepped on my hand, preventing me from getting up. A painful groan escaped my throat. Did you hear him whimper? Is he actually angry or something? I started to lose my breath of anger and resentment. The pain was growing. My ear was hot and pulsating pain was shooting through it like a cutoff, and a ball of nettle was soon in its place. Why so silent, Anatoshka? Come on, tell us, are you a faggot? Uh-oh. He's gonna go crazy. At this moment, I felt pure, unbridled rage, the amalgamation of my anger. Like the sprout ink, it rose from the depths of my mind, filling all my thoughts. Morons! Did you know that my dad is also a fag? Simeon burst out laughing. This became the last straw. Fear and anger were grappling inside me like mad dogs. He knows Aikido, got it? And he's a vet. He'll kill the likes of you with his eyes closed. One more from me and he'll... Romka lifted his arm, stopping my torrent of lies, and made a couple steps forward. Simeon slowly backed off, giving him the opportunity to stand up. Me, the opportunity to stand up, my bad. Did he believe me? Or was he confused by my face twisted with rage? A vet, you say? My dad also fought in the war. An Afghan. And yours? Mine too. Or really, what force did he serve in? I stumbled. Fear chopped at my rage throat and made it bleed. He's full of Romka. Sure, okay. Do you think I'm so easy to trick? I can see all through your lies, little bitch. There was a nasty smile on his face now. This didn't bode well for me. Well, you've asked for this. A teacher saved you at school, but here? You're effed. That's right. Pray that they find your dead body come spring, eh? If only you stayed silent, wouldn't have lost a hair. Hitting Fatso is one thing, but effing with stuff like Afghan, where my dad spent time under fire on international duty, I don't know what that is. The desert region of the south, okay. Plane of death. Interesting. Give him a good pounding, Samoa. The delinquents closed in on me again, and I ended up in front of Simeon. The blood was pumping in my temples. Branches were swaying back and forth as if whispering something, giving me hope. I gritted my teeth, fighting the thought that I looked silly, and took a boxing stance I often saw in the movies. What are you, Mike Tyson? This is my first ever fight. Uh-oh. I'll remember it for the rest of my life, if I don't kick the bucket, of course. At the edge of my vision, I noticed the darkness writhe again, as if someone was walking back and forth there. I sensed Roma's claws grab my backpack. Give me your shit, Antoska. It'll get in the way. I was about to refuse, unwilling to cooperate with the bastards, but he fished a butterfly knife out of his pocket, once in motion, and spun it as if showing off, and put the blade to my neck. Hey, easy, buddy. I can make it painful. I let out a cloud of steam instead of words. Roma pulled out with all his might, and my backpack ended up in his hands, calm and relaxed. An insidious smile on his face, he looked up into my backpack. Are you hiding something from us? Some rat stole my school shoes. Let me see if it was... And what is this? Romka gave me a dubious smile. So what do we have here? My text and notebooks fell in the snow. He was holding my backpack in one hand and something weird in the other. It looked like... Yo, what? A mask. What? Oh, snap. Roma lifted it high as if showing it to someone else. To someone in the treetops, in the twilight among the trees. An old bunny mask. Long, worn-out ears, barely visible nose and whiskers, mangy fur on the sides. Where did it come from? Who put it there? Simeon laughed. It's way past New Year's, moron. Are you really a loony? It's not mine. How come it's not? It was in your backpack. Romka was watching the scene unfold with an evil smile on his face. You know what? Put it on. Oh, this is when he kills him with the mask on, maybe? Why? Because I'm telling you to. You'll hop like a bunny for us. Yeah, come on. Oh, I'll leave you pantsless, eh? Anything but this. What if someone from our class will pass by? I won't. Soma, put it on him. Russia rushed to his friend's side and took off the worn mask from him with his buffoonish bow. Then he passed it to Simeon, who was already rubbing his hand in anticipation. I looked around the pine wood, as if waiting for help, as if the shadows that writhed around us would take pity on me and take my side. Branches looked like arms, twisted in unusual angles. Blackened bark was their charred skin, and the darkness was the smoky smoke they produced. I can't run. They won't get away. They'll catch me. And then... Let me warn you, Simona. If he won't hop, you'll take his place. Got it? This shit won't? Just look at him. He's a total loony. This loony had already smacked you in the face. Romka's right. Come on, Fatso, assert your dominance. Or we'll make you hop so hard your pig tits will fall off. He must indeed be scared of Romka. Simeon swore silently and glared at me. Here. It'll fit better this way. He held a huge ball of spit on the inside of the plastic bunny face and put it close to mine. The spit made it look like a squash spider. Roma's face twisted. He spasmed like a beast. He wanted to tell Simeon something, but then he suddenly stopped. Simeon was still close by, with a distinguished smirk on his face and a terrible smell coming from his mouth. Put it on fast, or you're dead. The mask almost looked even more disgusting now. Yet, despite everything, it felt like it was a chance for salvation. It could become my second skin. If only I was to put it on. If only my face was to touch its bumpy surface. I'm sure the fur will glitter. The ears will tremble like they're alive. I'll just need to put it on, and Simeon and his friends will be gone. Forever. I'm gonna put it on. I want to put it on. I feel like So many. Let's put it on. I reached out my hand. My hand wasn't shaking anymore. Simi handed me an mask without an evil laugh. The fur felt warm to the touch, just like I expected. I got goosebumps. Electricity flowed through my spine. This is it. My salvation. A voice whispered to me from the well of my subconscious. Just put it on and nobody will hurt you. And the forest froze, gazing at me with cracks in the bark. I acted slowly. Took off my glasses. I got rid of the nasty spit on the paper mache. There was a movement inside the bunny face, as if something was trying to break out, and I needed to help it. I lifted the mask and started moving towards my flaming cheeks, just like in the movie with Jim Carrey. The mask had power. This mask had strength. A carton touched my skin, and it lit up my skull, my nose, and took shape on my face. It smelled like animal lair and pine. My lips touched some sort of hard, wavy material. My armor. Strangely enough, through the slits in this old carnival mask, I was able to see as good as through my glasses. Oh no, snap! A trio of boys frozen in the clearing. Snowflakes frozen in air. The trees whose shadows formed black steamed towards me. In a weird silhouette in the early twilight, behind the windfall. In that silence, Simeon nervously whispered, "Hey, guys, what's up with him?" I broadened my shoulders. My muscles felt like they were made of steel. Invisible plumes of fog flew towards me, breaking off the trees. I was absorbing the forest power with every pore of my body. I smiled underneath the mask. No, I showed my teeth. My fists were itching. My stomach was growling. He's turning. You asked for this. I made a step forward. Simeon carefully stepped towards me as if walking on thin ice. A trail of my dreams snaked in front of me again. Endless alluring, it was beckoning me away from all the problems, to this new, wonderful world, the world of magic Neverland. I pulled on the zipper, opened my coat, and threw it into the snow with a fast motion, then growled. I felt like something was frantically looking for the exit underneath my skin. I went towards Simeon. He's turning. Turning. Into a retard. The clearing blew up in hysterical laughter. Basher was clutching his stomach. Roma smirked, shaking his head. And Simeon, who was laughing the most out of the three, spat on his knuckles and waved his fist like a club. You're such a moron, Tasha. His fist collided with my mask. The fur didn't dampen the blow at all. There was no power, no... Oh, man. I was hoping something cool would happen. No magic smoke coming from the pine. I flew towards the bushes and landed on my butt. My vision, bolstered by my adrenaline a moment before, returned to normal. Now that was something. I thought he'd get on all fours and tear us to bits. Like a carrot. Did you see that, eh? Did you? Does this count as him hopping? This was even better. I sobbed. The mask had one advantage. If I cried now, nobody would see my tears. What a loony. You belong in a loony house. For animals, eh? Sammy put his knee on the snow pile and ripped his glasses out of my numbed fingers. Give my glasses back. I won't make it home. Shit. Haven't you heard that bunnies have a good sense of smell? So don't worry, just use this. Hippity hop, hippity hop. Sammy shoved the trophy into his pocket and flashed me a toothy grin. Besides, bunnies don't wear glasses. Now scram, retard. I stood up, still wobbly. The trees became blurry dark wall. 3 bright silhouettes were wobbling around me. These were black spots on them, their eyes sockets to their mouths, but it looked to me like there was more of them than it should be. I turned to the forest. Simeon's boot came to my rescue, kicking me in the butt and quickening my shameful retreat. Hippity hop, hippity hop. I threw the mask into the ravine out of spite. And then ziggity-zagged to the fire break, alone in the giant snow-laden world. The trunks around me bent in all directions. Their treetops disappeared into the darkness above me. The sky was pushing me down. I wanted to cry, but my eyes were completely dry by now. Only sadness and longing were left. My desire to bury myself under the snow or leave for the Neverland joining Volya and Sinya. I didn't care where to go, just somewhere far away from here. Somewhere very far away. Hey, what's this? Where are your glasses, Anton? Did you lose them? I see. How can you be so careless? Do you think we own a multi printing press? Yeah, right. You'll be wearing your old glasses until next year. Olya rushed to me. I saw a fox. Surprise akin to a shotgun blast. I could only flap my lips in reply. A cup shattered into many little pieces with a loud thing. My mom let it fall from her hand. Her face was pale and her eyes were glued to the ground. This pause, just a split second, felt like an eternity. My mom spoke with disappointment. At first it was an owl, now it's a fox. Will you ever get tired of this? But it's true. It was so fluffy. She stood on her back legs near the hedge, just like a person. The fox called my name, but then the mom came and she fled. There was no fox. Stop making things up. Don't go near her. If it was necessary, I was ready to shake my sister as if she was a doll made of cloth. What's wrong, Tasha? Don't go, you hear me? My mom entered the hallway to give me a surprised look. I hesitated. Well, a fox will bite you. I remember fairy tales where fox used to kidnap children. I imagine my Elisa liberated carnivorous running through the night forest with a dangling snack in her hands. It wasn't a real fox. Tell him, Olya. She stood on two legs and she wore a dress. And she was real. See? Mom showed us the tired smile, as if it was the only explanation needed. I also forced myself to smile. I wonder if the mom knows something. Because like the dropping of the cup, I wonder if she knows something. My smile was like a thin piece of soap right before it dissolves completely on your palm. But when I was left alone with my sister, I whispered, if you see her again, run. I shut my eyes and threw the vitamins in my mouth, washed them down with water. Please stop driving me mad, please. I was doing my homework on a Friday evening like usual. I had already finished the hard part. There was only my art homework left, my favorite subject. Draw. I need to draw some sort of magical beast. I wanted to draw a dino at first, but my brush reached towards the orange paint all by itself. One stroke after another, a picture of a fox started slowly forming on a piece of paper. She was almost popping out of a snow-white sheet. She stood on her back legs and wore a sly smile. My brush moved again, drawing a fluffy tail. A moment later, it dropped out of my weak hand. After I finished my drawing, I spent a while studying it in surprise, as if I couldn't understand where this red beast came from. The longer I looked, the scarier her smile felt. The carnivorous fake like the smiles of women from adult magazines that were sold in press kiosks back in the city. An alluring smile that masked deep-seated malice. And the fox's eyes turned out red as if bloodshot. They looked at me like bullet holes you see in action movies. I don't remember drawing them this way. I moved away from the table, and the lamp's light reflected the wet paint. The drawing was glossy. It felt like the fox was watching me, waiting. Anton! Are you deaf? I was just thinking. Oh no. Oh no. I'll ask you again. Have you seen your sister? She's hiding somewhere again. Something moved under my bed and I froze. Olya's dirty face peeked out with a finger pressed to her lips. Shh. Olya, I can see you. Get out of there. You're covered in dust. Olya crawled out from under the bed and started dusting off her stockings, looking down. Let's go. I'll read you a fairy tale. I thought she was gone, man. This game keeps tricking me. This game keeps tricking me, man. I'll keep you company until you fall asleep. I want to sleep with you, not in that room. It's... Mom entered the room. What, the owl again? And what do you think? Olya won't come anymore. I chased it away. Olya shook her head in defiance. You didn't. And it will come. And it said that it will come every night. Oh, it talks now. Olya ignored the question and then asked with a newfound determination. Can I sleep with you? Please? This will be the last time. Didn't you say yesterday that it was the last time? Oh, you're a big girl now. Why don't you let her sleep in my room? I thought it was a great idea, but Olya shook her head again. No, I don't want your room. It watches you too. I felt goosebumps all over my body. Enough. There's no owl. You're sleeping in your own room tonight, got it? Mom, please. Please. Mom took Olya's hand and tried to lead her out of my room. Let's go, sweetie. Don't bother your brother. Oh, she's gonna get taken. Oh no. Oh no. Olya clutched the bed's head with her free hand. Please, please, please. I don't want to go to it. Mom was tugging Oya towards herself, but she didn't budge. Only the bed's head squeaked in agony. Dad intervened by picking Oya up and carrying her out of the room, despite her desperate protests and pleas. No, don't take me to it. It's going to watch me again. I've listened to them struggling to make my little sister go to bed for a while. In the end, my parents gave up and let Oya sleep with them. But it was surely the last time ever. When everyone settled down, I was lying in my room thinking of Oya's words. It's watching you too. I felt uncomfortable. I barely managed to calm down only after closing the curtains in my room shut. But as soon as I closed my eyes, memories of my day started jumping around in front of me. Oh, man. I was in the middle of the stuffy school corridor. I could see the literature classroom from here, the faces of dead classical writers on their portraits, and then prim, regal poses of a homeroom teacher, Lila Pavlovna, I don't know. And around that corner was her daughter, Kaita, a snitch and a gossip, eagerly waiting for me. Hey, transfer student, transfer student. What do you want, Katya? She got on her tiptoes and started swaying, while hiding her hands behind her back, and then asked me with a fake smile on her face. Can I ask you something? Why did you get transferred here? I might have told the truth about this to Polnya, but Katya will sell it on the market for money. It would be the same as printing all my thoughts and hanging them near a Volva's picture for everyone to see. So I reverted to the answer I knew by heart. It's all because of my parents. My dad has a new job here, and my mom. But Katya didn't even listen to me. Just rushed forward and perked up the ears of her friends, whispered something while stealing glances at me and giggling. Yeah, right. He takes us all for fools. I've heard it all because of his father. He crossed the road of some big shot, and now their family's hiding in our remote little village. That's not true, you're lying. Oh, and did you hear how he hit Babern out of the blue? What kind of freak must you be to start bullying your classmates from day one? Stop, you know he started it. And if that wasn't enough, there are rumors that this weirdo carries a bunny's mask with him wherever he goes. Who in their right mind would do something like that, huh? Girls? I see, our Anatoshka must be truly special. Maybe he's an autist? But what autist? But what if he's a serial killer? I'm sure you'll be able to find an axe in his backpack if you look hard enough, or maybe something even worse. Yes, yes, yes. Shut up. Look at him scream, as if something bit him. His pupils, look how wide they are. I hope he won't go insane or resort to violence again. I mean, there must be a reason his mom always feeds him those pills, right? I just stood there in confusion, trying in vain to understand how she found out about my medicine. And what scared me even more was the possibility that her nonsense had some truth mixed in. Yes, that's right. He's insane as his little sister. Can you imagine that she says human-sized owl visits her every night? Yes, yes, yes. But not a single healthy person has seen it. And this simpleton believes her. Can you imagine that? And then I caught a single kind look from the smirking crowd. Is that true, Anton? Are you unwell? Polina, please listen to me. Yeah, right. Don't listen to that liar, Polinska. You don't even know that he cheated on you with someone not from our school. With, Lisa. Polina shouts as if someone kicked her in the stomach, and they burst into tears and fell to the dirty floor, wailing and screaming. No, no. Why her, Anton? Why? I couldn't understand her reaction, but I still rushed to Polina's side before getting shoved violently by Katya. Get your paws off her, you monster. Rage was building up from under the veil of my fear. It slowly rose from the cloudy mist. I felt my upper lip lift creep up, showing my teeth. The fact that your father beats your mother doesn't give you the right to do the same to girls. My fists became hammers. I couldn't unclench them. Nobody can speak about my family like that. I came to my senses when I was already lunging at the angry Katya. Aha, he went nuts. Help, Petrov went completely insane. At the same moment, the crowd around her became louder. It started whistling and roaring, and growing. The subtle silhouettes of my schoolmates became larger, wider. They shot upward towards the ceiling. They're in the giant black forest, chock full of toothy faces. Oh, that's insane. Oh, I missed that thing. I shrank into a tiny ball of fur and started shaking in fear before the night Might have also ridden trunks that belonged to either humans or trees. It was impossible to tell. So you finally shown your animal nature, coward. Katya's face was twisted with jubilation and ecstasy. Anton, why her? No. What makes her better than me? Polina was oh gosh, screamed while choking on her tears. Oh my gosh. He is just an animal, an outsider. This is so crazy! A scary flapping of wings came from the forest. A pair of giant white ears descended somewhere from above, and I dug myself into them. Anton, please, wake up. I jumped up, almost falling out of bed. Apparently I was thrashing on for hours on the sweat-soaked sheets. Olia's scream pulled me out, set me free from the tentacles of fear. Anton, please, wake up, wake up. It's not her. It took my eyes a while to focus on the silhouette near the window. Olia's voice was distant. My head was still ringing after the fright. It sounds got distorted, as if my ears were stuffed with cotton. My sister, as just ever, just kept on repeating the same phrase. The owl, please. I'm scared. Her tears poured on my heart like boiling water, but I was almost thankful for the owl's appearance. Otherwise, this scared Olia wouldn't have woken me up. Wait a second, Olia. You want me to read Morkilia for you? Give me... I placed my bare heels on the cold floor, felt off my glasses, remembered Simeon and his unbranded act inside. Anton, please, look. She couldn't tear her eyes off the window, as if it was a staring contest. I found the light and switched it with my hand. The lamp poured bright light all over me. I got up. My vision fooled me, moving closer to the window, only to push it farther the next moment. My sister was just a blurry spot. I took a hesitant step forward. Olia, what's there? What happened? Do you want me to open the curtains? No, please don't. The owl is there. The voice was coming from behind. I knew it! I turned around and froze from terror. Teary-eyed, Olia stood in the doorway. Who? Who are you talking to right now? She stared at me with eyes that were red from crying, with her hands wrapped around her shoulders. Her voice was nervous, as if she was afraid to hear my answer. I was talking to you, to someone who pretended to be you. The ledge outside my window creaked ominously, as if something huge was sitting on top of it. And the thing that pretended to be Olia started spreading, changing shape, growing to scary heights under the light of a carnivorous moon. Anton, please. Come closer. Come here. The voice didn't belong to my sister anymore. That thing was hiding behind my curtains. I got tired of pretending, making me look like a fool. I pinched myself as hard as I could, hoping that the silhouette near the window was just a continuation of my nightmare, a hallucination, brought upon by this cursed house. And those don't bite, do they? The silhouette was towering before me under the veil of mist. I heard Olia's shrill scream when someone had knocked on the window. Knock, knock. It came to get us. Another knock. I stepped back into the middle of the room, as if there existed nooks where I could hide from this horror. Knock, knock. The sound was sharp, metallic. The lamp started shimmering, but then suddenly lightened the whole room and went out, like a candle in the strong wind. The filament inserted it snapped like a ringing sound. Oh, man. The darkness I was waiting for that exact moment poured from all angles and enveloped me. There was only this window left in the whole universe. Moonlight poured through it, painting everything the color of bones that was exhumed from a crypt. Olia started squealing and pressed herself into my back, seeking protection. Then an eye, with a carnivorous fire, stared at us from the window. Knock, 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 knock. No, it wasn't trying to break the window. It was toying with us. It just kept on knocking, driving us mad. Knock, 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 knock. As if a giant clock was measuring the time left for us, its pendulum swinging above the abyss. Go away, get out, shoo! She was screaming in desperation, her hands clutching my arm like a pair of pincers. Anton, Anton, come closer. I could barely make out a pair of wings that spread out above the black spots. Tell her, Anton. Tell her that I won't be a bad girl anymore. Never ever. I just wanted to leave, please. The moonlight suddenly disappeared from the room, In the room descended in darkness. We couldn't see the burning eye anymore. I swallowed the stingy lump that was stuck in my throat. I stepped towards the curtains, entranced by the call of this disfigured guest. As Olga was standing beside me, mumbling, "I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good." The bleak window was creeping closer. Curtains rustled. I reached out to move them aside so I could look my fear in the eyes. At that moment, I heard a noise coming from my parents' bedroom. Without thinking, I pulled the curtain to one swing. Nothing. There was something, though there was something shining on the ledge among the scattered feathers. It's his glasses. Oh, snap. My glasses. The ones that Simeon took from me. How did they get here? Was that a gift from the gurgling night? Did that owl really bring them here? Is he missing now? I bet he's missing now. I looked at the front yard, at the foreboding clearing, at the toothy forest. Not a soul, not a trace of our late night guest. Only the old lamppost, dreaming like a lone watchman among the snowy desert. The dry window frame creaked. I tore away the insulin tape and the stripes of glued newspaper. Opened the window with big trouble. The frost pinned me with his little needles. The painting on my walls moved from the draft. I touched my glasses, sure they would melt in my hands, but they were real. My brain was scrambling for an explanation. Simeon and his gang just pulled a prank on me. That was it. That was it. A smooth white blanket was glittering under the street lamp just outside our yard. If anybody was to close to the house, to climb the pipe on the ledge of my window, they would surely leave footprints, but there were none. I cautiously took my glasses, my wrist still intact. Nobody pulled me into the darkness, full of restlessness, writhing. Why aren't you in bed? I swayed with some surprise and almost fell out the window. Are you out of your mind? Did it feel hot in here? Do you want to catch a cold? The owl was here. Tosa chased it away. Go to your room immediately and get in your bed. And you. Mom paused, directing her seething eyes at me. She was thinking of a punishment equivalent to my crime. In the end, she just waved her hand, took Olya by the shoulder, and left, throwing my gloomy words my way. We'll talk tomorrow. I managed to get the frame back to place with a couple of hits, pressed on the latches with all my strength my fingers could muster. The cold left the room, but the fear was still present. I placed my glasses on my nose and started studying my reflection in the window. It didn't look like a face, more like a death mask. Just like the one worn by the boy from the notice board. That night I was on edge of joining him there. I didn't do it! A black and white face was staring at me through the clearing between the student heads. I knew it! Oh, no! Oh. And it wasn't Vulva. His face was right beside it. I recognized the fat cheeks, the damaged skin. Simeon. I freaking knew it. Bobrin's photo was printed out and placed under the glass. Like an exhibition piece. Oh, what in the world? This is insane. This is great. I'm really liking this visual novel. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm excited to find out. I hope you enjoyed episode 2. I don't even know what to say. It was really good. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and my gosh, be on the lookout for episode 3 coming very soon. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!